Okay. So, okay, these are only the third, let's say, cheap slash budget headsets that I've reviewed. But these kind of break my brain a bit. Keep in mind, I can't find dollar pricing for these. But equating it, or like taking the rupee, the SA rupees value, and doing an exchange rate conversion, you'd think maximum, say, 15 to 17 bucks. And I'm gonna get to that. The Redragon H120 Ares. I don't know. I'm gonna say the Ares, or just the H120s. I don't know how big Redragon is globally, but it's one of those companies that kind of, they started out making cheaper shit, and then they started becoming a bit more mainstream, but still they still keep themselves firmly in the budget oriented fucking market segment. They won't make anything ridiculously over expensive, because that would kind of like be pointless and ruin the niche that they're looking for. But yeah, let's get to the rest of it. So the box again, as per tradition with these types of headsets, the box is not at all. What would you say? Something to write home about. I just want to make sure there's nothing left in. Okay, that's just the piece of packaging. So here's the box, and they have a very set way of packaging their products. It's all pretty much all the time full black aesthetic with just a picture of it, and then these red ass writing because they're Redragon. With the name, and that's the Ares. And then if you want to know what exactly which one it is, because I'm guessing there's like different ones, because this is the H120 one. So the rest of the shit you don't really care about, just the 40mm drivers and the sensitivity of 103, which seems a bit low, but that's not a problem. They'll be run easily from pretty much fucking anything. What you get in the box, I'm gonna put that right there. So what you get in the box is obviously the fucking cans, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They're like just wrapped in fucking plastic, just put in the box. There's no like extra packaging like conforming around them to keep them in place. They fit in the box just well enough so they won't rattle fucking around. And then you get this. Jesus. Okay. So actually I've had this plugged into the fucking K3, which is a bit stupid, but Jesus, it's actually kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so it splits to the microphone 3.5mm and then the actual audio outs, the stereo for the cans itself. And then you can connect this to make it a dual connector. If you have, say, a notebook or a PC or whatever the fuck that has a dual connector, then this kind of makes sense. It's probably the cheapest shit I've ever held in my fucking hands as far as cable goes. Like, I'm serious now. Jesus, this is like going to your local fucking wholesale electronics store and just soldering on. You get this cable to, I don't know what the fuck you would use this cable for, but it's extremely goddamn cheap. Like, oh my god, it's cheap. And the connectors as well. But you don't really care about that much. So, as far as the cable goes, I guess it's the correct length. What is the correct length for gaming fucking headsets? But yeah, the cable, again, extremely goddamn cheap, very much jank. Do not much care for it. Like the what did I do? The Genius ones that has the fabricy type of material. Red Dragon actually likes to do that. The tiers from this upwards tend to have fabric coated cables. But cost cutting and keeping it in the price bracket that it is, this fucking this is sadness right here. And then you just you get the fucking cans. I think I've described the build of the cable, so I'm just gonna skip that in the build. And then you get the fucking cans. Nothing special. Again, these unboxings will never be fucking special at all. The build. Okay, so I've handled the cable. It kind of sucks. Shitty fucking cable. Don't care for that. Doesn't remove because fucking obviously. Again, with as per tradition, these are extremely goddamn light. They weigh like fucking nothing. And yeah, okay, again, plastic fucking city over here, but they don't feel extremely toy-ish. And you know the color scheme, which they're kind of known for. You know, they're all red and black thing. They're Redragon, of course. This can actually pop up and down. Now, again, because I don't really do mic testing for these, because I don't really care. Because, again, I'm a fucking snob, just get a USB mic and get it over with. But I'm pretty sure it's just going to work fine. The others had an actual mute button. So I'm not sure if these work the way where, you know, you mute it and then unmute it, or, you know, other way around. But the one thing I'm going to say is, even though it's nice and stiff and it feels like it kind of slightly locks into place, but not, it just kind of gives you that feel. It's very short. I don't know why the fuck they do this. Hopefully it doesn't impact the mic quality too much, but again, you're paying like $17 roundabouts for this. So do you really think you're going to be getting an amazing mic quality out of it? That's why I don't even do those testing, because it's either going to be just fucking fine or extremely horseshit. So, you know, one should not buy this just for the fucking... Well, technically you would. Like, you would buy this because it has a mic attached, you're going to chat with your bros. But, yeah. Fuck the mic. Overall, glossy fucking plastic as per the usual, and the band itself. So, this band don't make her dance as much as the Genius one would. Yeah, the color scheme is pretty cool, but they could have made this a bit softer or just thicker. The top is like a not perforated, like embossed-ish fucking type of, trying to make it look a bit more fancier, leathery type of substance. But I mean, it's obviously going to be fucking pleather. But it doesn't look shit. It actually doesn't look too bad. And then you got them grills, for, I don't know, aesthetic reasons. It has to be purely aesthetic. And I'm thinking this thing pops in there. This is also fucking, Jesus, it's plastic fucking galore over here. But again, makes sense. So the one complaint I'm going to give is this flaky fucking mechanism is too loose. It's too fucking loose. It too easily pops to the second fucking ring, or what the fuck you would call it. So that's a bit of a bitch. And my face is pretty goddamn thick, and I have it here, like the first click. And yeah, I don't know how big your fucking face has to be to do this, but they get pretty fucking big. But again, rather cater for that. But if you get a very small fucking face, this will probably be the default configuration. So, not to rush through it, but I think I really want to get to the fucking sound. But so the ear cups, again, they're a bit small. You know, your ears are touching, but the overall fit is not too bad for my ears. I have medium-sized ears, I would fucking assume. I wouldn't call them fucking large. These pads are really soft. They're really fucking soft, and they made it like all like not stretched too tight. So I think this is an aesthetic thing, but they're really goddamn soft. I'm serious. When you put these on your face, the only thing that really bothered me is the band that's a bit stiff. If they soften that up a bit, these things might just disappear on your fucking face. I'm serious. Because these pads are surprisingly fucking cushy, and they give quite a bit. And this is a good thing, because they wouldn't have sealed as well if it weren't for this. Because the others I've tested, they leak sound like a bitch because of the pads that are shitty. But these kind of, they settle in. They at first they feel like all cushy, and then they settle in, and then it makes a adequate seal. Not a fucking nice seal, but adequate, again, given the fucking price. Overall, they look somewhat gamery, and they look extremely Redragon. So that's pretty much what I'm going to say. Okay. Here's where my brain kind of exploded. Again, everything positive and negative I'm going to say, keep in mind, maximum $17 when you do the conversion into freedom bucks. Freedom fucking dollars. The sound on these is what I would describe as disappointing. Not bad. Disappointing in the sense that it could have been almost mind-shattering for the price. Because there are one or two things that pisses me off so much, because I don't know how much R&D it would have taken to rectify that. Again, these are supposed to be mass-produced, extremely cheap, just get out of the fucking door shit. But there's just, oh my god, they just want to do niggly goddamn things they could have just fucking done. And these would have been easily bumped up to $25 bracket as far as sound goes. I'm being fucking serious now. This is I'm someone that on the daily has like shit like LCD2 classics and fucking KPH 30Is on my face. You know, I'm being serious. I listen to these and I kind of got like, what do you call it? Like, swept away a bit with the thought of how it's kind of silly. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of it. So I'm going to get to the low end. There's this phenomena, and I don't know if it's a thing, but this is what I'm hearing. I'm trying, everything I say is subjective to me. The mids and the highs. So I need to visually present this up. Here's the bass. Then there's this gap, like fucking nothing. And then there's the mids and the highs kind of in a ball here. So here's the bass. And there's this big ass separation between the bass and the mids and the highs. But the mids and the highs are, like I said, in a bit of a ball. And that's where what pisses me off a bit, because the mids are extremely overwhelming a bit, if that's the way to put it. Not high quality at all. Like, it's not good fucking mids. There's a lot of it, but it's not good. But the feeling that I get is the mid-range, the mid to more upper mid-range. It has the high range. Let's say, for example, there were two people, and it has the high range in this fucking grapple hold, like fucking ankle lock, and doesn't want to let go. So they're constantly like fucking just next to each other. And the mids, it legitimately feels like the mids has a grasp on the highs and refusing to let it fucking go. And that's where the sound separation issue comes in, because they are very much separate from the bass. The bass can exist without being influenced or influencing them. But the mids, and it doesn't feel like the highs are like dropping towards the mids. It really feels like the mids grabs the fucking highs and just keeps it there. Like, fuck you, you're staying here. You fuck yourself. You're mine now, bitch. Okay, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me, type of shit. Okay, and that, oh my god, that pisses me off so much. Because the low end, oh my god, the low end is legitimately, again, fucking context, $17, okay? But the low end is suspiciously adequate. Like, never at a certain point, and again, don't put it on the tube fucking amp. Again, fucking amping gaming cheap headsets. I know it's stupid, but this is me. Don't put it on the tube because, again, those warmish tones, they get overwhelming. I put it on the fucking, the K3, which, again, it could be that I'm being a bit, it causes me to be a bit biased because that's a good DAC in there. Good DAC chip. So overall sound coming out of it is pretty sick. And I put it on like fucking low gain, and, you know, obviously it's going to be fucking carrying these easy peasy. And I put the bass boost off. When you put it on, the bass starts to become not much. Like, it's not a lot, because the default configuration is not like a lot of fucking bass, but it is bass favored. Put the fucking bass boost off, and there's still nice fucking bass. Like, seriously, my rap and R&B playlist, I frequented that with these, because it's seriously adequate fucking bass. I'm distraught in the sense of how confusing this is. The bass is really nice. It's not, it's muddy-ish. It's not like clear ass fucking crystally planar-y bass. And it's a bit muddier than what you would expect from 99 Classics. Not as much, not the amount, but it's muddier to that point. But you can distinguish between a lowish rumbly bass and a high fucking tap bass. I don't know what the fuck you'd say that. But in rap music, this works extremely goddamn well. I don't know if they went for that, But then you start hearing the fucking vocals and shit. And that goddamn mid-range just doesn't want to fucking let go. Because as far as the sound separation goes, I think I'm repeating myself now, but it's the bass. They live in their own little fucking void here. And the rest. If there were just this little bit of separation from the mids to the highs, this would have been easy $20. Easy peasy. Maybe more. $25. Like, this is not this is not the worst headset I've ever put on my face. Not even a little bit. Fucking, like these PC37X, go check that fucking video. I shit on it because of the fucking zero bass. These produce a lot better bass than a pair of PC37X drop fucking cans. You hear how silly I'm sounding, okay? Extremely surprising sound. Do not listen to extremely happy-go-lucky vocally music. That's not gonna fucking work. Get something, not rock as well. Like, stay away from fucking rock. Because a lot of what a rock song is, in my personal opinion, is the mids and the highs. Because there's lead guitars and stuff that can kind of get to the same ranges as vocals can, depending on the artist, of course. They jumble up a lot. So rock music, stay away. Anything fucking rappy where you don't really care about the vocals that much, do that. And you get the same phenomenon in games as well. But not to an extent that it pisses me off, but I mostly, review these with music in mind. So I listen to some game fucking play, zero commentary gameplay fucking videos, and they sounded fun. There's nice stereo imaging. They don't really muddy. They don't really like the left and right. They're left and fucking right. That's done and dusted. The rest is what you would expect from the price range. But really, like, if that fucking mid range would just let that death grip go from the highs, easy price bracket jump. So anyway, that brings me on to the summary. I'm really surprised. The build, it's cheapish, and this kind of pisses me off because it just happens too easily. But again, it doesn't feel like extremely fucking toyish, so that's fine. The build immediately puts it into the price bracket that it is, and then the moment you put on the sound, it's like, yeah, it sounds like a budget/cheap gaming headset would sound, but there's these little fucking twinkles of what could have been awesomeness sprinkle in. And again, it's stupid to say this because it's mass-produced cheap shit. Just get it out of the door. Fucking put it on the the racks, whatever the fuck, the shelves, and just buy product and consume it. Not so much consume it, use it. If you're going to be cheaping out a lot in getting, like, say for your kids or whatever the fuck, a gaming headset, and you really like want to be working under $20, you could do a lot fucking worse. I'm serious, you can do a lot worse. I'm giving this a tentative recommendation. As long as they're not over $20. Please. That would be stupid. Don't do that. You can do... I'm pretty sure you can do a lot better. But for overall comfort and the low end and being able to listen to a very specific niche of music, genre of music, I can recommend this. This is extremely surprising. Kind of sad that when I plugged it in just into the fucking PC, it doesn't really sound all that good that it does on the fucking K3, which kind of makes my reviews a bit pointless because who's gonna have a fucking K3 FIO amp and an SP200 and a fucking, that tube amp and say, no, I'm getting these gaming cans to plug it into my fucking amplifier. No. You want to plug it in directly to your fucking console controller or to the PC and shit like that. So it's kind of, you should really watch these reviews. You should just fucking thumbs down this shit immediately because this is a really retarded, 2023, I shouldn't say shit like that, really stupid way of fucking reviewing these types of cans. But you know what? That's me. That's what the fuck I'm doing. Redragon Ares, whatever the fuck, H120s. If it's the correct fucking price, under $20, you can pick them up. Weird. I never thought I'd say this. Yeah. Yeah, this is fucking weird. Like, yeah, well, you know what? I'm just gonna start rambling and fucking falling over my own words. This has gone on too long. Redragon Ares H120s. Tentative recommendation. Keep it within the price. Fucking next video. Blah blah blah.